Hi there, how are you today? Here's another shed video. The weather is absolutely crap outside, so we're going to be in house. Hopefully, not for the entire winter, but it might be that way. Today, I want to talk about doing things that you love. And I'm going to also talk about kind of my thrifting journey and how I've come up with a couple ways to make some money, I hope. Um, I've started selling things on eBay. And I used to many years ago, but things have changed, and I'm really liking that. And I'm learning a lot. It takes a bit to learn, just like YouTube. And YouTube, I watched a lot of videos, and it's actually, there's a lot of work that goes into these videos. You don't just talk in front of a camera and it just automatically goes up to the YouTube, universe. You got to do, a lot. There's editing, there's all sorts of stuff, setting it up. But I love doing it. And it's the same way with my reselling, thrifting, I guess, as you would. And my point to this video is it's really important to, and I've mentioned before, it's really important to have a purpose, especially if you're retired. And if you're not retired yet, make sure try to do something that you actually love and something that if you get up every morning and do something you hate, it's going to reflect on the rest of your life. And I did that for a long time. There were times I loved my restaurant. It was a love-hate thing for sure. But, growing up, did I ever sit there and say, oh man, I can't wait. I want a restaurant so bad. I just was not that person. I never thought about it. I did it because there was the opportunity to do it. And by that time, I knew the restaurant business pretty well anyways. So I got into that. Anyways, I already talked about the whole restaurant journey thing, but now that I'm retired, I have found the two things that I really love to do. And I think I can actually make money doing them. And I hope I can. Because both of them, I can, unlike a 9 to 5 job which I couldn't do just because of the physical problems I have, I can do the thrifting, I can do these videos because I can stop. And if something starts hurting, I can stop and take a break. I don't have to do it all day. If I wake up in the morning and there's maybe a garage sale or something and I'm not feeling well, I can just stay home to where I would be fired if I tried to do it working for someone else. But the eBay thing, I'm really excited about. We were just to an estate sale yesterday, and it was really good. I'm not That was the second one I've ever been to, and it's kind of sad because the lady passed away, and she had all her collectibles and stuff. And I guess it's a good way to get rid of things if you don't have children to pass these things down to, which I guess she didn't. But she had a lot of collectibles, and I guess I like to think that I'm rehoming things and making a little profit at it. But anyways, I think I spent like $190. And I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I started Google Lensing and I started looking things up on eBay that I bought. I bought a lot of stuff, and kind of dumb luck. I would just go, and I knew it was vintage and it looked quality and I thought it looked cool. I bought it because everything was pretty cheap. We went the first day, we went and that's where the really good stuff is. But then the last day of these estate sales, that's when they mark things down, and it's really good to get things super cheap. But like I said, spent $190. I looked up everything on eBay, what it actually sold for, not what it's listed for, and I have turned, if I can sell everything, the 190 into over $1,000. So I was really, really happy about that. I hit a home run on this little, and everybody passed it up. All these professional pickers or whatever, they passed this thing up, and it was this little itty bitty blue can, and it was enameled. I could tell it was old. I bought it for like $2, and I looked it up, and it's this really old antique Chinese enameled something. But it sells for $170. So that was huge. I couldn't believe that. And then there was a little cup with next to it. Nobody bought it, and I got that, and that was like $150 or $160. And again, I paid like $2-3 for it. So that's kind of insane. But you know what? Until I sell it, it's just things sitting around the house. Now I did a video about how not to buy things, and I don't buy anything for myself anymore, but we are buying things to resell, and that's I like that. I really love doing that. My wife, she loves to shop, and that takes that craving out of her. We can buy this, as long as I tell her we got to sell this stuff. You can't keep it. So I did let her, she found a little bird for $2. She loves birds, and of course she has the bird. But I could have sold that for like $20 on eBay. But anyways, you know what? I'm gonna take you for just a little look around in my shop. Let me do that right now. All right, so this is my shed, and it's kind of a do-all shed. Please forgive, it is a mess, but it's a working mess. Now for eBay, I've kind of cleaned up. Here's my little area where I keep my boxes and all the shipping supplies. I've got some more boxes coming. All this junk down here is this food supply, emergency stuff. Over here is where I have my shipping printer and little computer. I make jewelry on this side. It's a hot mess. This kind of junk over here, storage. But here is where I actually take the pictures, and I just use my phone for everything. So there's a little Santa Claus. I bought him for $2, and I'm going to list him for $30. That's about what they're selling for. Have my lights set up, so there's rechargeable lights. Here's some of the jewelry I'm going to sell this winter. I make all sorts of different types of jewelry, but those will sell for like $15. They have little magnetic clasps on them. Here's an old catcher's mitt I'll get up here. This is where I box some stuff up, bubble wrap and all that junk. But you can see back here, this is where I'm shooting the video. So anyways, you saw my dumpy little shed. It's actually, I love this shed. It's probably one of the best things I've ever bought, but it's a hot mess. So please try not to judge me harshly. All right, so now that we did our little field trip, you kind of know this is my my little do-all shed. I love it. I think it's it's like 24 by 12, and I bought it years ago when I was making money. And again, it's one of the best things I've ever bought. Gets me out of the house. I'm sure my wife appreciates it, and I've done everything in here from making candles to jewelry. I've cleaned guns out here. I have a little bit of everything. And yeah, I like it. It's heated. When I bought it, I had a friend help me, and he's an electrician, so we put in some nice floor heaters, some radiant electric heaters. And then I've got a little air conditioner for summer that does a decent job. Still gets pretty warm in here, but it keeps it bearable. But the first time in a very long time, I actually feel very hopeful because the YouTube channel is growing pretty well, and I owe that to all of you. I really appreciate you. And the eBay thing, I've only been doing it for maybe 2 weeks now, but I've sold 3 items, and I only have like 8 things listed. So, after I shoot this video, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start listing at least a lot of the Christmas things that I got at this estate sale. I got some cool, like the Coca-Cola. You remember the polar bears, the old commercials? Well, I got a couple of those, and I got some old bells, Norman Rockwell stuff. What's interesting is Norman Rockwell stuff actually doesn't bring that much money. The bells I bought are really only worth about $19. But some of that old Chinese stuff is crazy. We also bought this really cool, it's heavy. It is a cast iron coffee grinder, and it was made in Japan. And I mean, it's really, really good stuff. It was marked down to $30 yesterday when we went, and it's worth like $125. So that's good profit too. Hopefully we can keep doing this. I know the economy sucks, but people are buying used things, more than they are going to the store now than ever. So hopefully that'll work in my favor. Time will tell. But like I said, I feel hopeful, and I really love doing this. And again, the purpose for this video is, find something that you love to do. And it doesn't even have to make money. Money is just a really nice side effect to, doing something. This YouTube channel, I haven't made money in a long time. I just finally got monetized, but I think I'm probably maybe up to I've done 40 videos. I did 30 videos, nothing, hardly any viewers, and it started picking up, and then I don't know, it just YouTube started pushing it, which was great. The same thing with the eBay. I'm going to keep working it. I'm not going to give up, and I'll do as much as I can, but I'm working really, really hard doing it. So purpose is everything, and I'm happy to find one, and you need to too, whether it's a hobby or doing something like this. eBay doesn't cost you a penny to do until you actually sell something, and you can do everything on your phone, just like YouTube. I'm using a camera now that I've had for many years, but I also shoot these videos on my phone, and you can do that very, very inexpensively. You could actually, to start off, you don't need to spend any money to shoot YouTube videos other than the phone. So anyways, that's kind of where my thrifting journey is, and it's one of those things where I'm happy to. I'm not a morning person. Getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I had to get up pretty early for many years, but now that I'm retired, a little harder to get up. But I'm excited to get up at 6 in the morning to go out to these estate sales. Garage sale season will be coming up here in the spring. That'll be fun, and just giving old things a new life. I just love that idea, and we'll keep doing it. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good weekend, and thank you very much for watching.